So here goes the recording. Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to the call number 8 of the Clarity Call with CF Swami Pillai. And today is 12th of June 2024. And today's topic is, why do people reject you, your ideas or your services, and how to change that? Yes. So, yeah. So welcome everyone. And I would love from every one of you to type in the chat where you feel rejected, or where people reject you, your ideas or your services, or you do not feel received. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and type in the chat. And meanwhile, I'll begin with some sharing, and then we can get the class rolling. Yeah. So of course, I had this idea for a long time. However, I think it has been yesterday or just today that I got present to this. Because many times we want people to receive us. Yeah, many times we want people to take our products, take our services, or acknowledge our contribution. Yes. And it can be in any role. So you can be playing any role, either a role of a businesswoman, or that of a daughter, or that of a spouse, or that of a sister or mother, or an employee or a boss. It doesn't matter what role you are playing. Okay. And whatever is your contribution, everywhere you are trying to be kind and to contribute to others, and you feel at some level that, what I am offering and what I am getting in return as a gratitude, there is a huge gap. So first and foremost, how many of you know what I'm speaking about? I can relate to what I'm speaking about.
In some sense, I can, because it's understandable that, firstly, there is one aspect I know, that expensive is not it's not expensive for those who don't look at value for the product or the service we are giving. But it is still a term out there that they will not receive it simply because they feel it's high priced.
Okay, fine. So whatever is the reason for you, let us keep the reason aside. Let us just recognize where are we feeling rejected. It's not about, so we will explore what are the reasons. But for now, let us begin with exploring, or at least recognizing, where do you feel that you are not received. So yes, I would like to hear from you all. What are the different areas that you feel that you are not received? Either your acknowledgement, your contribution, your services, paid, unpaid, it doesn't matter. So Krishnila, it is not about pricing services by price. It's about even a normal contribution as a family member. So there the price doesn't come in, right? So we are not limiting this to just a product or a service. We are talking of in general.
Yeah, that's what I asked in the chat.
Okay, great. Let me just check the chat. Okay, it is difficult to put it in words as it is about me or the product. Both. When it is you, as I said, either you or your services or your products, everything comes in. Ultimately, many people relate to, associate it to themselves. They make it personal about themselves when it is about their product. So it's okay. Yes, you are all welcome to unmute and speak. Raise your hands, or at least give me a thumbs up for me to know whether you are getting it. Because it's only Krishnila who has given a thumbs up to what I'm sharing. My husband and son doesn't receive all of my services at all. Great, you're in the right place. And whatever you're going to talk about is going to be something that is going to be relevant. Meenal. Okay, what about others? Sejal, Priya, Kamlesh. Fine, good. That's good. Right now, I'm at least getting to I'm just trying to see if how many of you have this as an issue. Okay, so that I can speak related to that. Okay, Shweta is saying Krishnila, yes, Meenal, yes. What about others? Kavita, Jatinder, Idris, Alifia, Sri Devi, me also. Okay, what area? Is it about you or is it about your service? Or like, is it just about your family member? Of course, there are different dynamics at play when it comes to be received by family members. Okay, and then when it comes to be received by others. However, still, there are some common elements that play a major aspect. So my question to you is the topic today's topic is why people reject you or your services or your products, okay, or just your contribution and how to change. Okay, so we are going to speak something around that. And I am looking at how many people experience this in their life, where they feel rejected, they feel that they are not received enough, they feel that um, whatever they are contributing goes unnoticed, unrecognized. Okay, cool. So we do have good amount of people who have this. All right, Jatin is saying they reject me but not my services. Okay, cool. All right. So let's begin with exploring another first aspect. When you are not a valuable product to yourself, when you are not valuing your own services, and when you expect other people to value you, right? That is one of the major, I would say, incongruency there. You do not value yourself, you do not value your services, okay? Because you, for whatever reason, we are not going there in detail. However, if that is the energy that you are offering your services, that you are offering your product with, then guess what is the energetic signal that you are sending to other people? I am not valuable. So, so I don't value my products or my services. So you also can follow the same. So even though you're not saying it aloud, you may be doing all the marketing. I mean, if we talk about a product or service, or you may be doing all the different things that you think you should do. You will try to see what your family needs, what your son needs, what your spouse needs, what your parents needs, what your in-laws need, and go ahead proactively and offer that. And they still point out mistakes. It's not about they either pointing out mistakes, it's about you not feeling entirely received. And I know that it may not be the case with everyone. I want you to see which area this is relevant for you. For some of you, it may be at a personal level, okay, and some of you, it may be perhaps your ideas and opinions are not valued, or at some places it can be a combination of rejecting your ideas and opinions and even perhaps rejecting your services and products. And as I said, the first thing is, are you a valuable product to yourself? Do you value yourself? And everywhere we are not a valuable product for ourselves and we expect others to value our products, can we all now destroy and get all of that, please? Yes, good and bad, right and wrong, POC and POD, all 9 shots, boys, boys, and beyond. That is clearing statement from Access that you can use to clear any energy that is keeping you stuck. Yes, Krishnila, you had a question?
That felt heavy when you said that, everywhere you're not valuing yourself, it showed up. It really showed up.
Yes. And everywhere you are not in honoring of you, everywhere you are not, like how many times you see that people take your time for granted? How many times where people take your advices and suggestions for granted? Especially the time. When you do not have value for your own time, then you would find people coming in around you who would not value your time. And everywhere this is happening, and everywhere we are dismissing this, can we now destroy and get all of that, please? Good and bad, right and wrong, POC and POD, all 9 shots, boys, boys, and beyond. So if you have already decided that people are going to laugh at what you're going to share, what you are going to offer is something that is going to sound stupid, there you go. Energetically, you have already let the other person know how to see and receive and perceive that invitation that you're offering to them. So all the expectation and projection that you are doing on yourself can be now destroyed and get all of the place. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pod, all in shots, boys, forwards, and beyonds, and everywhere. So this is my understanding of how things work. Okay, your inner world reflects your outer world. Okay, so if you are within, you are not honoring of you and of your time, you would find people who would reflect and who will show to you what you are doing to yourself. Hello, Bal ma'am, welcome. So everywhere. So basically, the world is a mirror and the people are the mirror. And what we try to do, we try to run away from situation and people. I personally have seen that this is not true. If you change your energy about yourself, people change their perception about you based on your energy, based on how much you are valuing yourself. If you are not valuing your body, if you are not honoring your body, let's use the word honoring. How much are you in honoring of your body? When it asks for sleep, you still slog. You tell your body, no, this is not the time. You have to work hard. Okay. When your body says you need to rest, you do not give it the rest. When body asks for movement, you sit and you give some lame excuses. Okay. And when body is asking for you to not to go to some place, but you have decided, no, this is an important occasion, we have to go. So all these occasions, we are not in honoring of our body. Okay. So there are like, this is huge. Okay. Yes, Krishna, go ahead.
So this is very true, and I have really learned a lesson with this one. So I honor my body thoroughly, but it's so funny that on this front, I'm able to comfortably do this. If my body just says no, I listen to it. But when it comes to the other aspects about the time factor, I get very angry, but I somehow then, because it's a small town, socially you are very cornered for as it is being a single woman and everything that weighs me down. So I give in to that. And on the work front, yes, I do that with the product and services, but then I change that also. But I still have this on this social front where I tend to give it. You are right about this. We need to learn to see what feels heavy and what feels light. This is this is, I think, what you're getting at, but it really makes a huge difference in our lives once we learn it.
Yes, wonderful. Glad you are able to recognize that. And I would love others also to share their realization, their recognition. It's not about this call and listening to the recording, it's about being present to what this energy is bringing up for you. Okay. So it is also about everywhere you are doing something that is not honoring of you. Example, you know that you need to sleep, or you know that perhaps you need to go for a walk, or you know that you need to perhaps do something else, but you are not willing to. Hello, Kamlesh bhai, thank you for having the video on. So if so every time you do something that you actually do not want to do, you are not honoring of yourself. Okay, and it can be deep, like just because everyone else has made something important and within you are not in sync with it, it doesn't fit energetically to choose that, but you justify yourself that, oh no, if everybody's choosing, then this must be really important. If I'm not choosing, then I may be stupid enough. So everywhere you are not willing to, hi Minal, everywhere we are not looking at, everywhere we are looking at others to what you should choose and what you should not choose. Can we now destroy and get all of this? Oh my God, this is huge, huge. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pod, all nine shots, boys, boys, and beyonds. How much are we buying into other people's point of view about us? You're not good, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you should be changing this. However, within you know that you're not choosing that. Perhaps I found this new word, alignment. I hope I shared with you all you guys. Light and heavy is one. I was just exploring what is beyond light and heavy. Like what is underneath that? Why something is actually heavy? So one of the words that popped up for me that I guess I shared in last, I think, two calls before, call number 6, I guess, is alignment. You do not feel aligned with that. Okay. However, then you go into the wrongness of you. Oh no, I got such a wonderful opportunity. I've been asking for this, and everything is looks like, you know, the way I have asked for, and now I am procrastinating. How many of you think that you procrastinate? Raise your hands. Like, I hardly doubt if you really would ask yourself, like most of us experience this, and most of us judge ourselves for procrastination. Oh my God. Like I do it left, right, and center. Okay. So I know what I'm speaking about and how unkind it is. So it's not actually about knowing, it's about something you have decided that this is something you have to do. Okay. And if you are not doing that you are supposed to be doing, then by default you judge yourself. Yes or no? Let us take an example of, share my own example. So I had this opportunity that came up for me, and I had to submit something. We had to do a call. We did the call, and I had to submit something, and it took me a long while to even prepare that. Yeah. And once I ended up preparing it and I was about to send it, I felt no, I need to add something to it. It's not complete. And there was a delay of 2 to 3, 4 days. Okay. And then I was judging myself, oh my God, I have told them that I have to give and I'm not giving it. Why I'm delaying? Many times the energy speaks, your body speaks. Okay. And it may not look like the way you think it has to look like. And after a point, I think it has been 10, 12 days. I have been postponing. And I was like, full, let me do something. What I'm going to do is, I am going to lower all of my barriers, lower my thinking, lower my analyzing, lower everywhere. I am trying to look for the right and wrong. Yeah. And let me receive the information from this opportunity. Everything is speaking to you actually. An opportunity speaks to you, a product speaks to you, a service speaks to you, people speak to you energetically. And many times, what they are speaking and what you perceive energetically, they don't match. And since we do not acknowledge that they are not matching, we judge ourselves. You know that there is some lie that is being spoken. You know that there is some information that doesn't match with what the person is saying. Okay. However, you make what they speak and say more right than what you perceive. How many of you know what I'm speaking about? Can you guys relate? Okay, you are. What about others? Guys, I need a feedback. Okay. If you are going to be on the call, keeping yourself,
I don't.
video is off and you're not even responding, I would not know. Okay. And I recently realized this. Something would piss me off. One of the things that would piss me off, like people don't respond. Okay. And I've been learning to be in allowance of this, but still I would not be able to do it. I would see other people are in allowance and like, yeah, but there is something about it. And I was asking myself, what is this? What is this energy? And I was like, cool. I would love to know from people as to where they are before the call and where they are after the call. Is anything changing? And when I don't get this information, um, it is difficult for me to know where I am heading. This is what I unlocked for myself. Okay. I said, oh, okay, interesting. Okay. And because of this is what is pissing me off. Okay. So if there is something that is pissing you off, that is putting you off, okay, there is an awareness of something. And if you would ask yourself, you would recognize what it is. Yeah. Hello, Peksha. Welcome. Hi, Ruxana. Thank you for having the video on. Yes, so special attention for all the people who are going to have the video on. And yes, so would, how many of you perceive this energy that you don't want to do something, but you force yourself to do something because you've decided that this is right and this is basic minimal thing that I have to do? How many times? Like I used to do it so many times, and I used to make myself wrong because later on I would recognize that it is not. Yeah, we hide. Okay, sure, Priya. So the thing is, you are aware. Your body is actually aware. It is giving you an information. Most of the time, when you procrastinate, when something doesn't feel right, where you are taking time to respond to people and you said you will respond but you're not responding to them for whatever reason, basically you are aware of something going on which you are not able to put your fingers on. Like with this particular person, I was sending him a proposal. We had this conversation and I sent him a proposal of a training, and that person told me to put it in paper and then add a couple of other things and to send it, and it took me 12 days. Okay, and every single day I was judging myself. Though I was doing the clearing, I was choosing to be kind on myself. However, I had decided that this is something that I have to do. Okay, I was judging this to be a pattern of self-sabotage. I was judging it to be somewhere where I'm rejecting success. I was judging it to be something where I'm rejecting failure. I was also judging itself as if I want to be perfectionist, because these were the things that were told to me that I'm doing. However, when I was questioning this, it didn't match. Okay. After this 12, 13 days, I happened to meet with a couple of people who shared a couple of information, and then I realized, oh my goodness, yes, there are these other factors that I have not taken into account while sending the proposal. And later on, that person would have asked me to follow upon what I have proposed, and I know that I cannot honor what I have proposed to them. Yeah. So the thing is, no matter what you do and what you fail to do, you are not wrong. And I think I heard this for the first time, and from this person called Harris, and I was like, what are you saying? There is so many areas where I know I'm wrong. I know it for wrong because everybody has told me to perceive this aspect as that. And they were like, what if you were never wrong? And for me, I couldn't take it. I needed a rational explanation, because it used to fit at some areas and it didn't used to fit. Like even energetically, it was matching in some occasion, energetically, it was not matching. Okay. So yeah, so this was it. Like what if you are not wrong? What if you're actually aware? And if instead of you going into judgment of you are choosing to be in question. Cool. What am I aware here? What am I aware of that I'm not able to put fingers on? What am I aware of that I'm not able to give words for? Yeah. And everywhere we are doing that, and everywhere we are judging ourselves for our awareness. Can we now destroy and uncut all of the please? Yes, good, bad, right, wrong, POC, POD, all nine trust, boys, forwards, and beyonds. So yeah, so honoring of yourself, having valuing yourself, and the third is many times so the question is this: where are you in the computation of your life? Where are you in the computation of your life? Now, let me elaborate this. So, for example, most of the time, when it comes to others, Rutvik, do you have a question, or you had just raised your hand just to agree to some of the point? You have a question? Okay, good. So many times, like when you are asked something to do, and when something is expected of you, and whatever role you are playing in your relationship with that person, it feels like you need to be there for that person, and then we make the choices because because there is a relationship, you have already committed to certain thing. Yes. And yes. Hi Candy, welcome, happy to have you. So
Hi.
hi. So how many time we don't include ourselves when we have to make the decision? Yeah, many times we exclude ourselves. because we decide that that they are more important than us, especially when it comes to attending some function, attending, yeah, going to any family related function or even business function for that matter, commitments. Okay, inwardly, you know that you do not want to be there. However, what you do not, what you do is you remove yourself out of the equation. You only look at the other person. You only look at the world outside. You only look at, um, um, like basically you remove yourself and then look at from that perspective, and you feel that, oh, you have to do this. Yeah. And everywhere we are doing this, and everywhere we judge ourselves instead of just acknowledging that you are aware. Can we now just turn and get all of that, please? Good and bad, right and wrong, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, four boys, and beyonds. Hmm? Yes, Sushila.
You know what, Swami? Sometimes we are aware, but we still give in because we just want to keep peace and not have to argue with family and everyone. For the sake of just keeping peace, we'll go ahead and do it. But that's also necessary to do sometimes. We can't always have our way. So is that also of course, that we very well know that sometimes eating at the function has given us after effects in ways to show us that. But is there a way to create a way to slide out of the family situation, not just the function? Because the function we can say no to, but family is difficult to say no to.
Yeah. So, yeah, very valid question. And I guess many of you all also have this happening, occurring in your area where you feel short of choices and you feel like you have to make this choice for others. So it is true. Hi, Nitu, welcome. So it is actually about, it will take time with family members for sure. Okay. However, you need to recognize what you need to choose for yourself, what is okay for you, and what is the life that you would like to have for yourself. If you would like to have a life of yourself where you would follow your energy, okay, initially it can be met with resistance. Okay. And yes, there will be people who will not agree to you, who may oppose you. However, when you put this thought and put this intention that I am choosing to choose myself, and wherever it is required, wherever it is not going to create greater, I'm going to also take others along with it. That doesn't mean that I have to give up on myself. However, it does mean to do things that are not comfortable for you. Yes. However, if you continue to choose for yourself on a regular basis, all of these people would drop away from your life. We are so, like, there was this point where I felt, oh my God, like, if people are abusive, people are criticizing, if people are judging you, of course, there are a lot of tools to handle that. Personally, I have done that. I have used those tools. However, personally, what I have seen is my point of view. What is my point of view about people ultimately? My point of view about people is people are going to judge me. If that is my primary point of view, guess what? What is a vibration? Yes, so I get it that yes, there have been people who have judged you, who have rejected you, who have criticized you, who have betrayed you, who have not honored you. However, it is my responsibility to let go of these charges, that let go of the beliefs that I have formed based on my past experience. That is my responsibility. Because if I choose to still see the people with this old experience of the past, that is what I'm going to project on them. And guess what? Your unconscious, what you are holding energetically, their unconscious receives. And in your unconscious, what you are saying is, you know what? This person is going to judge me. And what is the message that the other person gets? Like, for example, it is me and perhaps it's Candy. And if I feel that, Candy is going to understand my situation in spite of I committing her to something. By default, the energy of vibration that I'm sending to her unconscious is somewhere she will feel like, yeah, I think I should give him, I should consider this as one occasion where he couldn't honor what he said, and not just that person. But the thing here is, what is important is not people outside, it is our judgment of them. Okay? And as I said earlier, we have various, we are not creating the future based on the future or based on the present. We create the future based on our past. We do not see people for what they are. We see people for, we see the people from the images that we created of themselves, of how they are. We have defined them. Okay. And we are the one who keep projecting this personality, this identity on others. Based on what? Based on every time they um, treat you differently, or based on every treatment that they give to you. Okay? So of course, the change begins from oneself. We cannot change others. However, my experience is, if you change your energy, if you can get into this space of, I am going to have my back no matter what, and I would be honoring of me, and I'm willing to let go of people who are not choosing to honor me, and I'm choosing to have my own back, and I'm not choosing to give up on my back because someone else is going to not have my back, because I'm choosing to have my back, and I'm choosing to have my back and let other people fall apart or get distance. That is where you are energetically being congruent, and we have to be willing to lose. However, having said this, please remember, manipulation, this is a tool that we have learned in the foundation. Those who have not done, most of you, I guess you have done the foundation class. This is a very important tool. You need to only tell people what they can hear. You need to recognize that people are at different stage. Okay, they are functioning at different level of consciousness, if you have to use that word. Okay, and this is where they are going. Their primary default function is going to be from that state and from that level by default. Okay, and you need to recognize that. And it is only by practicing and be willing to be present to the situation, that you will recognize that, oh my God, when I have my back, even the people who are my friends' enemies, they also become your friends. And for me, this has been my truth. And it is very, very important to follow what is true for you, not what is true for others, not what is true for Access, not what is true for Swami, not what is true for Gary or Dane. Okay? Or for that matter, anybody else. It's only when we try to make what their awareness real, when it is not authentic to you, when it is not resonant to you, because you decided that they are great, they are more right, they are more experienced, that is where you are keeping yourself, removing yourself out of the equation of your life. And I have done this. I've done this so many times with various different modalities. And I know that I cannot let go of what I'm aware of. Just because someone amazing, a man of authority saying something, then they may be more true than what I'm aware of. As Access says, like, follow your lightness. What is light for you? What is true for you is light for you. What is alive for you, what is not in alignment for you, is heavy for you. So if you get light and heavy, great. If you if you don't get it, then play with the word alignment. Where are you feeling? Are you feeling aligned? For whatever reason, if you're not feeling aligned, ask no question. And I'm telling you, if you would not give up on yourself, and if you would constantly being in the question, what is this? What can I do with this? Can I change this? If so, how can I change this? We have covered this in the first or second call. If you can be in this question all the time, even when everyone else says that you are doing something different and you need to change, but inwardly doesn't fit in completely, please trust your awareness. Your awareness is the greatest soulmate that you can have. So I have to use that word. May not be exactly appropriate, but yes. Okay? Because actually your awareness is all the time there with you. And the thing that we judge most ourselves for is our awareness. Because we don't have the words yet to define that energy of what our awareness or what our intuition is sharing. So one of the clearing that helped me a lot is like I think I used this extensively in my first 2 years of my access, like since 1919, 1920, and even till 21. And I use some other tools instead of it, but I'm going to share this with you. What am I unwilling to know? What I'm unwilling to be? What I am unwilling to perceive? And what I'm unwilling to receive from this? That would give me total ease and complete clarity with this as to exactly what I need to do. So, what am I unwilling to know, be, perceive, and receive from this? That would actually give me total ease and complete clarity with exactly what do I need to do in this situation. And everything that doesn't allow that to show up. Can you all now destroy and get all of the please? Yes, goodbye to my Tom Popper, all 9 shots, boys, forwards, and beyonds. So, yes, that was all from my end. If you have any questions, if you have anything that you would like to ask me pertaining to what I have shared, this is your time. Hi, Krishna, welcome. So, yes, where in your life you feel that you are making yourself wrong? What is the area that you are judging yourself? Like these questions can actually lead you to this place. Yes, Rutvik.
Now, what I realize in entire the conversation is instead of doing whatever we are doing, especially for me, instead of doing whatever I am doing, I stuck into some predefined definitions or standards or assumptions of this is the level. If I do this, if this is good, if this is below this is wrong, this is bad or something. Or more than doing whatever I'm doing, my concentration is on either am I doing at the as per the standards or not.
Yes.
So
And
that is what
who sets the standards? The people outside.
people outside. Yes.
And you are aware of something different, and you would not willing to show up with your awareness or with your ideas. You would rather want to fit. So thanks for sharing, Rutvik. There was this another realization that I had. I had it long back, but it was just recent, a day or two, where I was speaking with this one of the client, and we were coming across this. So this person was judging herself for her weight, for how their body looks. How many of you judge yourself or how you look? There you go. Cool. And that person was trying to do all the different exercises, do the diet, and also learn various different techniques of mind, and also diet, various different diet, and still it was not working for her. And there was also she was a lot of judgment because her parents judged her for what she chose as a career. Okay, and even in terms of relationships, she was having with she was going through a lot of different stuff because of her extreme hypersensitive awareness with bodies. So I asked her one question, like, if there were no human beings, I'm asking you all of this, if there were no human beings, you are the only human being, would you judge your dark circle? Would you judge how black, how fat, how thin, how curvy, or how slim you are? If there is no one in the world, you are the only person, and all you have is plants, animals, and pets, and the nature. Would you judge yourself? Tell me this. Would you judge yourself for where are you, what you are doing in life, how much money you have, what kind of relationship you have? Would you judge any of this? How much you are performing, how much you are not at par with others? Would you judge any of this if there were no human beings? Tell me. Yes, I want an answer. Would you judge or would you not judge?
No. Okay, you say.
So what we are actually trying to do, this reality has created a system so that we can perhaps live together, okay, as a family or as a society or as a company, okay, whatever that is. And what we are trying to do is fit ourselves into that. Yes or no? We are trying to fit ourselves in the family structure, an institution called marriage, or an institution called company, or an institution called whatever structure that you are living with. Okay. So everything is created. They are not real. Business is created. Business is not real. Relationship is created. Relationship is not real. All the thing that is being spoken about relationship, none of them is actually true. It has been created by human reality. And what we are trying to do is try to fit ourselves. And wherever we do not fit, we have to judge ourselves now, because others judge us. Perhaps it may be your product, your services, you're not able to articulate what you are doing, you're not able to communicate your ideas, whatever that is. But if you actually look at this question, like for how many of you it felt light? Oh my God. Like for me, when I asked this, like if there's no human reality, would I really bother? Whether I combed my hair, okay, I would not bother. I would not bother how I'm talking. I'm not saying this by encouraging you to do anything that you wish. I'm not saying that. I'm just making you to get present that what you think is real about life, about business, about this reality is not really true. It is a created reality. And we try to fit in it as if though it is real. And everywhere we are doing that. Can we now destroy and create all of that, please? Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pod, online shows, voice, provides, and beyonds. So I recently got this awareness. There was this period of time in my life where I was not able to go and do meditation. I just couldn't relax my body and mind. It has been, I think it was for 3 to 4 years, I was in that phase. And I would judge myself for that because I love meditation. Okay, I love healing. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit. Most of you know that I'm also a trainer for a different modality called Silva method that actually is something where you calm your mind, you meditate, and then, you play with the energy. And I was not able to do that, and I was judging myself for it. And I was like, something that worked for me for last 15, 20 years of my life, how come that very same thing I am not feeling aligned with right now? Even for that matter, Access, there have been times when Access has given me phenomenal results, and there have been times when the tools didn't work for me, or at least didn't work to the level that I was expecting. It was not bringing the change that I was expecting it to change. And I would go into judgment of Access and that of me, both. And I'm going to address the first part of this relaxation. I found some, and I was asking, like, what do I need to perceive, know, be, and receive here? What is this missing information? That if I would knew would make complete sense to what I'm experiencing. Okay. So, and please remember, this may not be true for you. This may not be even true in actuality, but somewhere it connected with me. That's it. That is what is important. As long as it is aligning and you feel like, oh my God, yes, there is a lightness, when somebody says. So for me, I was shared this information that when you're stressed out, when the situations are too overwhelming for you, when you become too aware and you have not trained yourself to receive all of this awareness with ease, your body would go into something called, at least for me, I would call it as a coping mechanism. Fight, flight, or freeze. I would run away from certain things of my life. I would not even look at it because I do not know how to handle that. Okay, it can be finance, it can be business, it can be my ability to market something. And there is fight where I'm fighting with my reality, Access reality, Silva reality, oneness reality, because coaching reality, I would fight because there will be so much of contradiction. And I'm fighting myself as well. And freeze. There are times when I cannot take any action. I'm like stuck. I feel so paralyzed. Okay, where I know I can change, but I still would not be able to make the change. How many of you are experiences where you are in either three of this state? I would do in my mind, I would do the clearing, I would do this, but my body was not relaxed. And this one information that I got, that my nervous system is not regulated. The energy that has got accumulated, it is not going. It needs to find a way out. the moment that person said this, I was like, oh my God, exactly. This is what was happening. I was not willing to do the exercise. I was not willing to do the physical movement that was necessary, especially it all began, as the COVID began, when walking and all of other things reduced, when I thought everything I should be able to do with mind, everything I should be able to do with just touch. But body required movement, right? Like emotion is energy in motion. And when the energy is not flowing, it gets stuck and then body can go into your coping mechanism. And I was like, oh my goodness, it all fits, it all makes sense. Okay. And that's it. And since then I started exercising when I get stressed out and my body was relaxed because there was a high level of cortisol that was getting pumped into my bloodstream. It required dopamine. And I would go into Instagram and something else, but that was not productive. That was not healthy. I needed to do something that was going to support me and my body. And that's where exercise or some other movement was required. You see? So, and that's it. And I realized, oh my goodness, that is why I was not able to meditate at that time. Perhaps there may be other reason. Okay. I'm not saying there is not. But for me, that was good enough for me to move and shift the energy and change the gear. I was no longer stuck with it. Okay. So, yes, so everything that brought up for everyone. Can we now destroy and get all of it, please? Good and bad, right and wrong, POC and POD, all 9 shots, boys, powers, and beyonds. Yep, so I'm done. Anyone would have any comments? Anything that they are able to resonate with? Anything that you recognize? You're welcome to share because that can also open up things for others. So if you have, you are welcome to share now.
स्वामी चैट में शेयर किया है.
हाँ, अच्छा, okay, let me have it. Okay, start camera. My money reality is changing. Okay, okay, fine, good. Yes, when you show up, well, you receive a lot of things, including money. And how much people actually judge you. Like, for example, I was told that, though it is also true, but it didn't feel true to me at that point of time. Somebody said, you're pretending that you need money, but you're not desiring money in reality. Guilt is gone. Me first is a shit. Oh my God. Guilt becomes a huge, emotion that gets people stuck in so many areas. My goodness. Can't even begin to tell. So what was I saying? Sharing something. Okay. If anybody can remind me, they can. Otherwise, we can go with what shows up. What was I sharing? Yeah, pretending. And I was like, I don't think I'm pretending by choice. And they said, no, you're pretending. Like, yeah, but there has to be some reason why I'm pretending and I'm not choosing. No, it's all a choice. You are choosing this. It didn't align with me. But I agreed because who were saying were men of authority. And I said that they are more aware than me. Perhaps they were actually true, but that was not true for me at that point of time. And I was like, if everything is a choice, then people should be able to choose, right? There has to be something else that is not being spoken about. Okay? And it is a blanket statement to say everything is choice. So what is beyond it? Like, what else is there? And that's when I recognize that, yeah, when you are in a fight, flight, or freeze mode, you cannot choose for yourself at that time. It is difficult for you to relax. It is difficult for you to even choose because you are functioning from fear, from acute fear, acute anxiety. And it is stored in the body, like your body, you can feel like you are hyper stressed. Yeah, hyper cautious about things, hyper cautious about people, right? Like how many times you become hyper cautious because you had somebody cheated you on relationship or in your business. Yes, we analyze and overanalyze. How many people know what I'm speaking about? Raise your hand. Yes. How many times we are not relaxed? We are constantly trying to control. Okay, we are constantly trying to, because that is energy that you are in. So what requires change? Somewhere this energy that is there, it requires, okay, it requires a way to get released. And of course, any modality can come in you see what works for you, okay, and how you can regulate your body. And once the body, this coping, you are out of your coping mechanism. Now you have more. You can truly choose from choice, then truly function from choice, and still something else can show up. Your willingness to never judge yourself is the greatest kindness that you can do to you. This has been my recognition. Like, whether I am not, even when I'm not having my back, you all know when you don't have your back, yes or no? When your body says something, you still do it. When your body says don't do, when your being says don't do, but you still end up doing it, and then you judge yourself. Yes, right? We do this, right? And then we go into guilt, we go into shame, we go into regret, and we start beating ourselves up. And you use the tools, but still at times it doesn't change. And I was like, cool. How can I change this? And I was like, well, what can I choose here? What if universe show me the ways where I can still have my back and be kind to myself, even if I'm not choosing for myself? Yeah. And I was like, wow. And then, of course, I got present to a lot of different things. I got different tools. I got present to some people offered me some classes. I was in some calls, some books, and that opened up something big. Oh my goodness. So, yes. So please don't give up on yourself. Have your back. And if you cannot have your back, ask for the universe to show you how can you have your back, even when you are not having your, even when you are, you are making choices that are against you and against your body. There are times when you feel that you deserve punishment, yes or no? When you keep choosing against yourself, I deserve this because my body was telling me I needed to get present to some finance, some business, but for whatever reason, either it's overwhelming or you lacked information, but still you didn't, you were not present to that. But what if you can still ask for ways so that you can be kind to yourself? Okay? Because as I said, like, what if no choice is a wrong choice? Nothing that you have ever done and nothing that people are doing is wrong. It is a strongness. It is not the wrongness. Yeah, and have patience with this. Don't expect this to have an entire all the clarity right away. You will have your time when this will not fit. Things will not make sense, and that is where you don't give up, and that's where you be in a question. And that is one aspect that I love about Access, is being in a question, no matter what. Okay, you may hate some Access facilitators, you may hate certain ways that they function, okay, certain things that they do, okay, but you don't have to shut down all of your receiving from anybody for that matter. Because it is not about wrongness about them. It is not about the modality and even the person actually. What you are asking for and the world that you want for yourself, what they are sharing is not going to match. It is not about them at all, but we make it about them. I have made it. I have been in a fight energy with all of the modalities that I have been in. Okay, either with Access or with Silva or with Oneness or with anything else. Yes, Krishnila, you had something to share?
I wanted to ask, what do you mean you are in a fight with all the modalities?
Opinions, their approach. And like, no, this doesn't work. This is not complete. This is not really true. There is something that you guys are missing out. Okay,
so how did you overcome it?
For example, one of the things that Access says was nothing shows up the way you want. Things will never show up the way you think. For me, that was not true at all. With Silva, I was able to create everything exactly as the way I wanted. Every single thing. What the person is going to say, how things have to show up, every single thing I was able to create. And here Access is saying things never show up the way you asked for, like what bullshit. Okay. However, now this is where I went into the fight mode. Okay. But they are talking about a different context from a different space altogether. Okay. It's not that they are wrong or I am right. It is about the context from where people are speaking. And they may not give you the background of the context. For example, answer always disempowers, question always empowers. I said, bullshit. How does answer disempower, man? What I'm seeking right now is answer. Tell me how I can improve my money condition. Tell me how can I improve my relationship. Okay, if I have an answer, I'll take that action and I'll fix it. Okay, answer disempowers, and that too answer always disempowers, total bullshit. Now, this is the fight that I was in. In fact, I had an opportunity to be in front of Gary and ask this in a live class. Okay, and I said, I'm a facilitator of access, and you want, how can I be honoring of me when I know that this is not true? And guess what he said? Things never show up the way you want. I said, for me, my entire life, so many things showed up exactly as I want. How can you say that? How can you say never shows up? Okay. And he said, you need to throw access in a dustbin and follow your awareness. I have taught you to not buy into what we are telling. However, so it is not that they are wrong. It's me who I have made them wrong because I was not willing to look at where they are coming from. Like Access also says about gurus, right? Like, don't follow guru. And for me, all my life, because of my guru, I had a phenomenal, blessed life. And here comes these two guys who tell me that, that is going to limit you. I felt like, what is this, man? How is it? So, because it didn't fit my reality. So I would go into reaction of this, because for me, my spiritual mentor has been there for me throughout. Okay, all these years. Even through Silva, I have these counselors. In Silva, we have someone called counselors, and these spiritual mentors were my counselors, with whom every day I would talk and I would have this conversation and I would get the guidance. And everything that I have received from my life, my work, my marriage, my every career, everything is because I followed their guidance. Like, answer disempowers. Bullshit. However, I was willing to be in a question. Okay, I know that what they are sharing is sharing from a certain space. Okay, and they are aware that in the name of being a guru, in the name of God, how people have manipulated others phenomenally. Okay, I'm not sure how many of you, at least for me, I am blessed. I've got the best of mentors and best of gurus up until now. I've not faced anyone who had, had an ulterior motive, and even if they had, personally didn't affect me. However, people had phenomenally bad experiences, okay, where they blindly followed what they said. Okay, I think one of the best book I would recommend you to even read is If Truth Be Told. It's a phenomenal book, a book that almost matches with the energy of Autobiography of Yogi. Like, for me, Autobiography of Yogi is one of the most phenomenal book ever written. And of course, it is acclaimed across all religion, all scriptures, and all different modalities. However, one book that comes close to that, and the person is called Om Swami. Okay, he seeks amazing book, phenomenal book, and he goes, because he knows, he was told that you need to find a guru. Okay, and he goes to different gurus who exploit him left, right, and center. And he has been so kind. He has given everything that he could offer, and they exploited him left, right, and center. And that's when, after a point, he decided, chuck the gurus. I am going to discover God by myself. Okay, and then he found his way. He met the goddess. So for him, it is goddess energy who showed up, and then he renounced his life at the age of 30. He was a millionaire. He renounced his life at the age of 30, and then he's 38 or 37. He has a wonderful ashram in, I think, UP or MP. Amazing guy. Yeah. So why I'm sharing this is, please know that when anybody is sharing some information, they are referring and sharing from a context. Okay, and they have seen how it has, how people have used that to manipulate others. Okay, so they may not give you the entire information. Like, for me, I said, this, you need to share more information. You can't straight away, make a statement like this. But they don't want to go into that, but they are following their awareness, okay, and it is their modality, so they would want to create it their way. We are no one to judge, right? If I have my modality in the tomorrow, I would want to have it in my way, right? I would not want to try to fit it just because everyone else is demanding something or the other of how it should be and how it should not be not. Yeah. So Gary was willing to follow his awareness, and that is why Access is where it is today. Okay. So yeah. So where are we unwilling? Name of the book is the name is Om Swami, OMSWAMI. Yes, it's my name, just with I. And the name of the book is If Truth Be Told. I have it here. I think my brother took it from Siberia. So yeah. Okay. So please follow your awareness, not other people's awareness. Okay. And even if it doesn't match with anyone else, please know you need to follow what is true for you, because your body and your intuition will tell you what is true for you. It may not match, it looks contradictory, but follow what is true for you and be in a question. Don't give up. You don't have to wait for someone else to give you an answer. Okay. You may try to find answer from outside. You may or you may not get, but if you are willing to be in a question and make a demand of the universe, you and the universe, your demand should be from the universe, not to look out for people and books to answer you. And universe will send you people, send you books, send you perhaps some quotes that can unfold things for you. Okay. And that is wow. So yeah, so your commitment is to have your back. Your commitment is to be an honoring of you, honoring of your body, honoring of your business, honoring of how you would like to create your business for that matter. Like there were a lot of things that I didn't like the way some other people in Access were creating their business. Okay. And for me, I was trying to fit myself into their way of creation. And it would not fit still. Something would be off. And I said, since everybody's creating, then I also should be able to create. Then that is some problem with me then, if I'm not able to create like them. And then I discovered, no, we have to follow our energy. And of course, I also tried a lot of different, setting up my own coaching platform and tried to follow how other coaches are doing. I hired coaches, I paid them lakhs of rupees, I created systems, but it was so exhausting for me after a point. I said, no, I'm not doing this. Okay, even though I may be a very bad, perhaps creator, but I'm not choosing it. This is so much not honoring of me. And later on, I recognized that I have to follow what I know. But what people will tell you, this is not the most profitable way of doing it. You need to follow what you are aware of and where your calling is. Whether it is profitable, not profitable, it doesn't matter. Because if you do what you love to do, universe will find a way to give you what you require. All the money, all the resources. It is only judgment that people put you in that doesn't allow you. And when you buy into that judgment and you give up on you is when things don't show up. Yeah. So, yeah. In fact, there's an entire class on this. I intended to launch it long back. The name of the class was You Are a Gift. You are a gift is now the time to be it. Okay. And let's see, as I'm sharing this, because a lot of things that I'm speaking about is about you showing up with your gift. Okay. So that is there. So yep, we are done with the class for today. Have a couple of shares. I would share this in a YouTube. I would love for you to please leave comments in the YouTube. Okay. Because when you make comments, put on any comments for that matter, I guess there's an algorithm. It shares more. It makes it visible for others. And I would love to have a world where people don't judge themselves. I'd love to have a world where whatever people do and whatever you are doing, you still are not wrong. And of course, I would also want my business to thrive, and I would seek all your support here in this. Okay. So if you like this call, and when I share the YouTube, please go ahead and that is what I'm looking for, so that this can go out and reach. Okay, we are co-creating. Please know this is not my call. Okay, I would not be having this call if you are not here, and perhaps the people who are going to watch in the future this YouTube. Okay, so we are co-creating. We are together in all of this. Okay, and when we try to make anything personal is when we have to not receive the contribution that we can be for others and receive the contribution that others can be for us. Okay. So there's this amazing thing that I have. I'll share that. And the other energy that showed up was the distractor implant. we function so much from doubt, anger, blame, regret, shame, guilt, and there are 24 other distractor implants. Somebody happened to ask a question in the group, and I was sharing it, and I ended up reading the book, and I was like, oh my god, I need to share this. There is so much showing up. So I'll be sharing a date. Perhaps we'll be starting off from the next week. This book club, and there's also an energy of energy pull. I think I have done energy pull in the past. We had 3 calls, like a 7-day call, and it had opened up a lot of things for a lot of people. And I only can come up with a class when it has an energy, and the energy of energy pull has showed up. So I'll be sharing these 2 stuff. Yeah, so you are welcome to share this with others who are looking for this. And yes, what else can we co-create? What else can we contribute, and what phenomenal gift we already are that we can be for each other and uplift every one of us together. Yeah, and everywhere we are functioning from the distracted implant of fear, doubt, and life and business. Okay, can we now destroy and get all of that for all eternity, please? And everything underneath that keeps us distracted in place, can we now revoke, present, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and get all of that, please? Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pod, all 9 shots, boys, boys, and beyonds. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for having the video on, and thank you for listening to this and commenting on this and spreading the word. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Swami,
much.
by the way, nice
Thank
jacket.
you.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you. Yes, Krishnila.
I said nice jacket.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Swami. It was nice.
Thank you. Thanks for receiving it.
Thank you, Swami.
Thank you, everyone. Man in blue. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you.